It is currently 10:01. Let's get into this. You might be seeing 1001 or mirroring numbers. I've been seeing a lot of mirroring numbers lately. So repeating numbers, you might be seeing that. Let's see. Before we get into this, can I just say that having a baby daddy will do a number on your nervous system. Especially when they mirror one of your parents. However, whatever. Just a reminder that you know something. 9 times out of 10, you know something. That doesn't mean don't be open-minded. That doesn't mean don't learn. Hold on now. My washer's now. It does mean don't start doubting yourself just because people like to talk over you or because people like to talk to you in a way that low-key makes you question yourself. My favorite thing, and I'm about to remind y'all to do, that hang up button works. You can always call somebody back. You can always apologize. You can always say I'm going to hang up now. That hang up button works. I'm not sure what I'm talking. The other thing, I was about to mop my kitchen, and I knew I was going to make this message 111 on my timer before I mopped my kitchen and my laundry room, so somebody needs to go mop. Also, I saw another creator say the thing about doing those chores, the thing about like doing the dishes and folding laundry is it kind of puts you in a flow state, right? You just kind of go about it, you do it, and that's a time where your spirit team can speak to you. And I do get downloads usually when I'm cleaning. Or listen to some frequencies or even turn on an empowering message. Don't judge my shit. And do some subliminal something. But get those chores done. Mop that kitchen. Clean that household. Whatever you gotta do. Even if it's only 15 minutes a day. Get yourself in a habit. The other thing I do as a neurodivergent girly with 2 kids is we have a really small laundry hampers, so that once at school I do laundry. So I'm doing laundry multiple times a week, even though it's just us 2. That is one thing that I low-key like told my ex, like, you definitely helped me get back on my routine, so I will give you credit for that because I have to be on some kind of routine. Too many years of chaos in my life. But yeah, let's see. Don't let people rage bait you. It's not worth it. You can walk away. And at any point when you could tell, my nervous system likes to know before I can consciously realize what's going on. And once my nervous system lights the frick up like that, I'll be like, nah, now I'm yelling. I'm too grown for this. Let me get off of this and try again in a second. And I'll immediately tell you, too. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not finna argue. I'm not finna talk to you. Like, you not finna start lecturing me and make me feel some kind of way or try to question my intelligence or make me feel some kind of way. And then, or try to mansplain something to me. You're not going to try to explain something to me that I already know. We're not doing that. I don't have the time for that. I'm not going to sit here in a long old lecture. That's something my dad does also. And that's what actually ended. The last conversation we had was one where instead of talking to me and having a conversation with me, he started talking at me and lecturing me. And instead of me just sitting there taking it, I would rebuttal and be like, well, that's not true. Well, that's not a fact. Well, that's not accurate. And he didn't like that. However, I was not wrong. And you don't have to, like, yeah, it's rude to talk over people. Yeah, it's rude to walk away from people. And also it's rude to disrespect people or purposefully attempt to manipulate or play mind games with people. And so when that happens, I respond how I need to respond in order to keep myself safe, in order to not be hella reactive. Because if I get hella reactive, or if I black out, then I feel like I'm out of character, and then that relationship's gonna be over. That said, I don't know. I guess somebody need to hear that. Spirit kind of telling me to talk about that. I felt kind of regulate before I even got on here. Like, I feel like I'm regulated because I do what I need to do. Had a conversation with my spirit guides about it, got myself together, figured out what was going on. I was triggered by something, communicated that trigger, informed them how I would be spoken to moving forward. Like, please speak to me like this moving forward, and we're going to see what happens. If he doesn't, then I'll just hang up again or go back to only emailing him. Mind you, we were the same person. I hit him with a car. Whatever. You got to do what you got to do. And when you got to do what you got to do, you got to do what you got to do. So let's see, based on the fact that we got to do what we got to do, what mantra Spirit has for y'all today. I like that this, I split the deck on that. I love myself, I respect myself, and I accept myself exactly as I am. But let's get, if that's what comes out, I'm gonna laugh. because I do enjoy when things like that happen. I'm like, okay, Spirit, I'll see you. I am unlearning lack and scarcity. Abundance is a frequency I vibe on. I like this. This is the first time I've seen this one, so we don't hear about it together. 15, age 15, number 15, the number 6 might be, you might be seeing that, might be a meaningful number, angel number, something like that for you. I am unlearning lack and scarcity. Abundance is a frequency I vibe on. My love. You attract what is needed and divinely desired with ease. You lack nothing, and resources are available for you in abundance. It's time to break down this mindset of scarcity and dance in the frequency of all that is available to you. Journal prompt: write down thoughts of lack and scarcity, then follow up with a real example of how you receive these things despite your fears. This is coming from the Golden Mantras book. I know it's backwards. The Golden Mantras deck. And on that, I want to say, we do this sometimes. It's a CBT thing that we sometimes do with clients that have anxiety. And it'll be like, okay, well, essentially, what evidence do you have that that's true? If your fear or this lack or this scarcity, one thing I always would have to tell myself, because sometimes, like, I still fall into it, right? Like, I'm a single mom. I have 2 kids. That's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of pressure I put on myself. I'm not going to say anybody else puts it on me. I put it on myself because I know that I want to be a specific type of mother. I know that I want to have a relationship with my kids when they're grown. I know that I want to do better than my parents did. I want to be open-minded enough where my kids can come to me when I do mess up, that we can have a conversation about what they need me to change, and that I can actually apologize with changed behavior. That said, I don't know what I'm looking for down here. That said, sometimes you have to be like, okay, well, it's not going to work out. And then you have to stop yourself and be like, okay, well, how many times has it worked out? How many times have I thought I wasn't going to have enough and somehow something extra randomly came through? What if I truly believe and I truly embody the idea that I have abundance, the fact that I have abundance, and stop? One thing for me has been to not buy as many things in bulk on purpose. Not because like, oh, it's cheaper or this is all I have right now, but because it's like, well, for this week, what do I need? For this week, what do I want to eat? For this week, what do the kids want? Because next week it might be different. And also, I'm not going to worry about next week. We ain't there yet. Of course, I'm going to make sure my bills are paid and things like that. But I'm not going to try to force myself to do a bunch of things just in case something negative is going to happen. If something negative is going to happen, it's going to happen. I'm going to cross that bridge when I get there. And what's coming to mind is when I was in Texas. And when I jumped off the 3-wheeler fell/jumped, I did a little rolling. It was low-key cool. I wish there was footage of it. But what happened... It's 10:10 on my microwave clock. That might be important as well. But what happened was, we were on these tri-wheelers, these 3-wheelers. I don't know what they're called. We were on these 3-wheelers, and we were following my ex's cousin. He was on another one with his girl, and I'm riding passenger because I was like, I don't know how to drive this, and I think I had a drink or something. I was like, I just don't feel comfortable. Can you drive? Regardless, I'll let them drive. But I'm a princess. And so we're just going. Their cousin and his girl maybe weighed a combination of about 300 pounds, I'm assuming, and that might be generous, and that's not to be disrespectful. That's just to say very different figures than my ex and I. Both of us combined, we pushing 400. At least. Yeah. At that time, we was pushing 400. So they go over a bump and go over another one, and it's just like, boop, boop, boop. We were not prepared. We were not aware. We go over a bump. At least is what they say. I don't know what was going on up there. But, like, then they go over a bump. And instead of, like, the way, I don't know if it was the weight difference or what, but the whole tri-wheeler started tipping. And the split-second decision of, I can hop off of this so that they don't get, because neither of us had helmets on. And what's crazy, I was like, should we wear helmets? And they laughed at me. Thank God my head wasn't hurt. But it should not be a funny story, but it is, because everybody walked away fine. Um, I didn't want them to fall also, so I chose to hop off the other side while it was tipping, and it resulted in me having to do like a tumble. And I think there's a scar. Yeah. Yeah. Having to do a tumble, that's what this scar is from. I tumbled off, and then I think I have another one over here. And I tumbled into, this one healed really well. I tumbled into, yeah, because this one's from when I got hit by my baby daddy doing a scar tour, apparently. Tumbled, got up, and according to them and everybody else, I walked. I was just like, because what can you do, right? And I remember at one point getting on, I was like, okay, if this were to happen, this is what I would do. And my thing is, if you could plan for certain things, right? You can say, okay, if this happens, this is my plan. The plan was not to fall off, but it was like, okay, if something does happen, what are you going to do? Like, what do you protect first? Okay, instinctively lock that in, handle that. Whether it's finances, whether it's energy, whether it's time, what needs to be handled first? And go from there. You can't think about things that are outside of your control. Make the list of the times that things have been fine or that fear has been navigated or handled, and you're good, right? And then you can only focus on bringing in more abundance and focus on the things that your spirit team is telling you to focus on. Because, like I said, I'm a single mom, and every time I didn't think things would be okay, they've been okay thus far. Like, I'm still alive. My kids are still alive. We're still good. And if we're ever not, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I can't worry about that now, or worry about what could happen, or worry about not having enough, or worry about not being able to any of that, because if I get on that brainwave, I'm going to start to spiral. And then once you spiral, that's more like you want to have an anxiety attack or a panic attack. But what if we focus on what we do have? And I know it's not like an end-all be-all. You can acknowledge, like, dang, this thing scares me, and also here's the evidence that I have that I'll be okay. And also, if I know that a certain person or certain thing is going to respond a certain way, so I'll tell them my timer, here is how I'm going to plan to handle it. Let's see. How I know, like, my dead inside deck. Also, I'm going to link it below this time. So if you're looking for an easy deck to read, very easy, I know if you see my videos, I kind of use it as like, okay, what's blocking us? What's stopping us from embracing? So today, what's stopping us from embracing this abundance frequency that we know we ride on? So take the top one. Saying yes when you meant hell no. Resentment and self-betrayal. So what's coming to my mind is the Queen of Cups in reverse and overgiving, right? Giving more than you are receiving. Having an imbalance. And one thing that, I don't know if it was another creator or if I was journaling or what, it came to me, or somehow this information came to me, and now I'm sharing it with you. And it might have been Rhea of Sacred Tarot on YouTube, because I like her messages as well. And she was saying, if things feel overwhelming, simplify. If your finances, and that's what we tell people anyway, if your finances feel overwhelming, where can you simplify? Where can you pull back? Where can you start saying hell no and stop betraying yourself and take some time to prioritize things in your life? That's what it's giving. One more. And enlighten for 4 hours. So listen. You can listen to messages all day. You can read cards all day. And at the end of the day, if you never take the time to look inward, you're never going to be able to address the wounds that are there. You're never going to be able to address where this lack and scarcity mindset comes from, and to actually reality check. It says reality check. And to actually reality check the truth of it. The thing with scarcity and lack mindset is that you'll always think that it's not going to be enough. And that might be in part because somebody taught you that whatever you did, it wasn't enough. They coming for our edges today. So if you're constantly in this lack mindset, it's like, okay, either something I'm doing is not enough, or something no matter how much I have, it's not going to be enough. And it's giving, the card just fell. I guess we're going to take that out of the deck. Also, I don't know why it wasn't rubber banded. Please hold. And it's the Ace of Wands in reverse. Being progress is halted is not the right time. A lack of clear direction puts things on hold. If you have a scarcity mindset and you're stuck, or there's been setbacks, or there's been obstructions, it's kind of giving, it's believing that it's always going to be that way, or believing things can't change. And then also, regardless of what is in front of you, going back to this idea of moving the goalposts, of never celebrating yourself, of never being like, heck yeah, I did that, or even acknowledging the progress you've made. And as a result, I feel like that can keep us in this lack mindset as well. So let me pull a self-care card for y'all, because I feel like that got really heavy out of nowhere. But ain't that how it is? I'm low-key gonna go journal on that one. Is this lack mindset coming from a place of you don't think you're enough? So then you're always trying to prove you're enough, so then it never feels like there's enough. I love when the connections connect. And then, so then we have that reality check 5, sitting down and assessing, where do I feel like this lack is coming from? Is it saying yes to things that mean no? And that can be like going out and you don't want to. And that can be like you don't want to because you don't have the money, or that's not what you want to spend your money on, or your time on, or your energy on. So where are you spending energy, time, money, etc., doing things you don't truly want to do, and then coming back and wondering why there's a block, when in reality you keep telling yourself you're not enough, or you keep telling yourself that there's setbacks, there's things in your way that aren't truly in your way, and the blockage is internal because you don't believe that you deserve better, or you don't believe that you're ever going to have enough, when there has to be some level of faith. The thing is, we have to believe that things are going to come before they can come. If we believe things won't happen, then they won't happen. But if we believe they will, then they will. Self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So whoever your higher power is, or however you see it, if you never truly believe that things can work out for you, or things can happen for you, then they don't, because that's how powerful your mind is. Once you reprogram your mind, or intentionally start telling yourself through affirmations, or through subliminals, or through who you surround yourself with, that you deserve these things, then these things can actually come to you. Because if it's truly a frequency, then you have to get up on that frequency. And it's not just about manifesting it, it's about doing the work internally so that your external starts to show that work. Going back to the beginning of the video and like I definitely low-key spazzed my baby daddy a little bit this morning. I was talking over him and I had to apologize. I had to come back and be like, okay, how do I want to handle this now? Because I definitely had this low-key almost spiral moment after I got off the phone, because I was crying, because I was like, why does this always happen? Why is it always like we can't just have a conversation? And it's like, girl, you know why. You know who this person is. You know who you're dealing with. So finish saying what you need to say. Communicate what needs to be communicated. Accept that he is who he is. And state whatever boundaries need to be stated. Ironically enough, once I sent a message saying like, hey, please don't talk to me like this in the future. I'm apologizing for the way I responded. It's a trigger. I'm working on that. And also, please don't talk to me like X, Y, and Z, because it was low-key, high-key disrespectful. I didn't put that part in there because that's just going to cause issues. And low-key, immediately after, opened YouTube to listen to something because I was about to drive. And the message was like, good job. The first message that popped up was like, you did it. And then the first thing she was like, I don't know if you just set a boundary or whatever. And I was like, okay, Spirit, I see you. Thank you. Thank you for the immediate confirmation. Right? And of course, that was Sacred Knowledge Tarot. And I think that's, somebody needs to go watch her. She'd be on point. She does readings like by your sun sign, moon sign, like your sign, and tells you look at all of them for a full picture. And then she'll do general readings as well, especially based on the astrology. Another good one is Bahati Life. I also like Natija, Cave, and Jadina. Those are my like OGs. I'm not gonna hold you. Those are the ones that low-key got me into divination heavy a couple years ago when I first started like really looking at it and like by index and stuff. But let's just do a self-care card, because I feel like I just went on a whole rant. I don't know what it was about. It's funny because I felt like I'm gonna get you two, because I feel like let's Let's just say with one. Forgiveness heals. Forgive yourself and others. Let go of the old story of lack. Everyone is doing the best they can. Release any guilt and blame. Everyone is doing the best they can. This includes you. You don't gotta be perfect, Boogie. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all the judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you. I'm gonna read that one more time. Forgive yourself and others. Let go of the old story. Release any guilt and blame. Everyone is doing the best they can. This includes you. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all the judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you. Okay. And then I'm gonna get you one more affirmation, or two more. But so I'm gonna give us a second to just say out loud, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for what I didn't know. I'm releasing any guilt and blame. And I'm doing the best I can with what I have. And then thank yourself. Thank yourself for forgiving yourself. And for letting go of these things. 1, 2, 3 might be important as we're moving forward. As we're choosing to release the things that are holding us back. We're choosing to release the blockages. We're choosing not to focus on them. And that's never to say don't feel them. It's to say, okay, so what can you do about it now? And when it does come up, you can acknowledge it. Please acknowledge it. Don't stuff it. And say, what is this trying to tell me? Get curious with compassion instead of judgment and blame. Yeah? Oh, that was the other thing that came to me in the middle of the night when I woke up at 2:00 this morning. What was it? Maybe it's not what you missed. Maybe it's not about the things you missed when people mistreat you. But it's about how you responded. It's about how were you present, who you were, and who you are. Not about that other person. Because another person's behavior is a reflection of them. So therefore your behavior is a reflection of you. So if there's things that keep going on or things that we keep believing that we're attracting, what do we need to do to have this reality check and to come down from this spiritual high and to get back in alignment with what we want, with what we desire, instead of focusing on and therefore kind of low-key giving our energy to this other thing that's causing extra stress, right? Also cleanse your space and cleanse yourself energetically, physically, all those things. Let us see. I am optimistic and I deserve happiness. See, I love when it all comes together. Let go of the idea that you don't deserve those things. Let go of the idea that you're not good enough or that you haven't done enough, because there's nothing you have to do to be here on this earth. You deserve happiness. The end. Point blank period. And you are optimistic, because when we get optimistic, what we focus on focuses on us and can find us. That's what I've got for y'all today. I hope y'all have a great day. Remain optimistic. And when things start to feel icky, or when you start to feel like somebody's rage baiting you, one of my favorite things is to just start chanting, you can't have my joy, you can't have my joy, you can't have my joy. And then before I respond, to get myself to a place where, like, okay, I need to be more regulated, I need to respond, I need to go for a walk, I need to do some breath work, I need to do something. Okay? I believe in you. You're going to do great. Don't forget to clean your house and turn on some music or turn on something, and then don't forget to either journal or spend some time in solitude. 5 minutes by yourself. Also, drink some water.